Well, they think they finally got me. MAGA thinks they finally found the thing to take me down. Now, as I explain this to you, my question to you all is, are they really this dumb or are they pretending? Let me explain what happened, and I want you to make the decision and leave a comment and let me know. After Jimmy Kimmel got fired following threats from Donald Trump himself a couple of months ago, following FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, some of the usual MAGA the threat from FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, some of the usual MAGA suspects decided to take a troll through my old tweets, and they think they caught me in a terrible double standard. Now, here's what I said. After Jimmy Kimmel was pushed out at ABC for making a joke about Trump, I tweeted, quote, "One of the hallmarks of authoritarianism is to terrify people into self-censorship. ABC ending Kimmel's show is the perfect example of this." But they think they've got me. Back in 2018, when Roseanne Barr was fired after making a racist tweet, I tweeted, "Big win in the battle of ideas and free speech. Roseanne said what she wanted to say. ABC made the business decisions that were right for them." Now, do you genuinely think people are so dumb that they're going to fall for this? Let me remind you that the First Amendment applies to the government. One instance of this is a private company saying, "We don't want to employ Roseanne because she's spewing racist trash under our brand." The other is a situation that stemmed from the president of the United States himself and his FCC chairman using the power of the state to threaten and silence a comedian. That is the whole point of the First Amendment. Government censorship versus private decisions. Now, remember that back in July, Donald Trump was already targeting Jimmy Kimmel. He put out a Truth Social post where he said, quote, "Everybody is saying that I was solely responsible for the firing of Stephen Colbert from CBS Late Night. That is not true. The reason he was fired was a pure lack of talent. And the fact that this deficiency was costing CBS $50 million a year in losses, and it was only going to get worse. Next up will be an even less talented Jimmy Kimmel, and then a weak and very insecure Jimmy Fallon. The only real question is, who will go first?" Okay. The day Kimmel was suspended, the FCC chairman had said the following to Benny Johnson.
There's actions that we can take on licensed broadcasters. And frankly, I think that it's really sort of past time that a lot of these licensed broadcasters themselves push back on Comcast and Disney and say, listen, we are going to preempt. We are not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out, because we licensed broadcaster, are running the possibility of fines or license revocation from the FCC if we continue to run content that ends up being a pattern of news distortion. So I think, again, Disney needs to see some change here, but the individual licensed stations that are taking their content, it's time for them to step up and say, this, garbage.
You remember the clip. If you can't tell the difference between ABC without no one is even alleging any government interference or pressure whatsoever, when in 2018 ABC fired Roseanne Barr. But we have a very different situation now, where Trump put a target on the heads of these late night hosts. The FCC chairman put a target on the head. They've been using lawsuits against media. I don't know if they're really so dumb that they think these two things are the same, or if they only believe their audiences are dumb. And the wild thing is here, they'll pretend not to understand the difference. They'll go on Fox News. They'll post clips on social media acting like they caught me in some hypocrisy. So that's my question to you. Leave me a comment. Send me an email, info@davidpakman.com. Do they realize that the Roseanne and Kimmel situations aren't the same, but they don't think their audiences are smart enough to realize that? Or are the people putting out this trash actually dumb enough not to know the difference?